Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn. Along with the insane Daryl Wayne, we're going to take a look at a foundation, the Look Good, Feel Better Foundation, celebrating 30th anniversary. Congratulations to the executive director. I think you're the founder, too. Are you not, Louanne?
I cannot claim founder status, but I am indeed the executive director. I came a little bit after they started our workshops and our program.
And how long? So you've been there over close to 30 years?
I have been here in and out since the program began. I began working with Look Good, Feel Better back in 1990 and stayed about 10 years as the program was young and new and growing. Left and went to work for a large international public relations agency, and then came back when my mentor and former boss was retiring, and that was in 2005. So I've spent quite a long time here.
Gotcha. Just so you know, Late Night Health is a media sponsor of the Komen Foundation, LA, and so we talk about breast cancer quite a bit throughout the year. Let's take a look and find out what the Look Good, Feel Better Foundation is all about. What is it all about, Louanne?
Well, the Look Good, Feel Better Foundation is an organization that was established to help women who are undergoing cancer treatment, so in the throes of that treatment, to learn what they can do about the appearance side effects of cancer treatment and better enable them to cope with that and really take it off the table as a concern during the course of their treatment. Appearance side effects and body image concerns can often be devastating to women during treatment. So this program really empowers them and gives them a sense of confidence and control while they're undergoing treatment and while they're in the whirl of a lot of things around them that are really not within their control.
When a woman is diagnosed, when anybody is diagnosed with cancer, it's got to be like being hit with a brick in the head, psychologically.
You know, I agree with you. It has to be. I have not experienced it personally, but from the conversations, the many conversations I've had with the women that Look Good, Feel Better serves, that's exactly how they describe it. It's a shock to the system. They don't know where to begin first, and there are so many things to consider, to learn about, and to make decisions about. It's very overwhelming.
It's got to be.
Yeah, that's
Look
exactly
Good,
what they tell us. And
right.
The appearance piece is even worse. It makes it another thing to worry about and to think about.
And one of the things, I mean, with the complications of chemo and radiation and all of that, is that what you do to step in to help build the confidence while a patient is undergoing treatment?
That's exactly correct. A lot of cancer treatments have side effects that include appearance side effects. So chemotherapy is the one that people might think of most immediately because chemotherapy in most people's minds is associated with some level of hair loss. Chemotherapy also produces some skin changes, dryness, excessive dryness in many cases, discoloration, hyperpigmentation in the skin, which really changes the look of an individual, and it's uncomfortable at times because the dryness can be very excessive. There are other forms of treatment that have other types of side effects. Some of the newer forms of therapies can cause rashes. Radiation can sometimes cause burning in the location where the radiation is being received. So all of these external appearance changes happen, and it's one of the things that people really are very concerned about when they hear they have to have treatment. And we help them to step in and just take control of that and learn what to do about it.
And so that a person going through the treatment, a woman going through treatment who may lose her hair, you help her both psychologically as well as physically?
Well, the way we offer our program and our support is through a couple of different channels. The most popular and most effective from our perspective is our group workshop format. And in that environment, women attend a group workshop with other women who are also going through cancer treatment. And I might add, which is an important piece of why that format is so beneficial, is sometimes the only time that women come together with other women who have cancer treatment, and they step aside from day-to-day cancer treatment, and they just focus on themselves as women and on some of the challenges they're having as women. So our group workshops bring together those patients as well as our beauty professionals who are trained by Look Good, Feel Better to understand and to be able to help address the appearance side effects of cancer treatment. The workshops run 2 hours in length, and the first half is focused on skincare and cosmetics and learning how to utilize those products to care for their skin, to pay attention to hygiene. Don't use dirty hands to apply your skin cleanser or your moisturizer. And then also to learn how to use color cosmetics to really camouflage some of the side effects that chemotherapy in particular might produce. So discoloration in the skin. Sometimes people's skin will get a little bit ashen looking. Or the loss of eyebrows and eyelashes, which people don't always associate with hair loss, but which typically will happen in some degree. It's different for every woman.
Right, but at the same, when this happens, I would imagine that a woman feels a loss of self-confidence. And the purpose of this is to make them feel as, and I'm going to put this in air quotes, normal as possible. Yes,
that is absolutely true. I think what happens for many women going through cancer treatment and starting to have apparent side effects is they begin to get up in the morning and look in the mirror and not recognize that person looking back at them. They've lost all their hair or maybe partially lost their hair. Their skin is different. The brows and lashes are gone, and they're starting to look like they're ill. And often that's the moment of reckoning for women in treatment, is when they look in that mirror, they don't recognize who's looking back, and they say, I really am sick. I really do have cancer. And it's sometimes quite frightening. So what we do is teach them how to take control of that, and the control is so important in this process, is giving them control to manage that in the way that they choose to, so that they feel comfortable, and to your point, they feel confident about being able to continue through treatment and to come out on the other side as a survivor. It's a moment in time when a lot of people will tell us, that's when I knew I was going to get through this. And it's when I started to deal with those appearance side effects.
Right. And we all want to look good. Well, some of us do. Yes. Some of us work in radio and we have, faces for radio. But for the most part, people want to look good. They want to dress well. They want to appear to others as being healthy.
Yes. And there's a lot of connection between that mind and body connection of you feel better when you look better. And we've all experienced it when we had a flu or we had a cold. And we forced ourselves to get up and to take a shower and to get dressed and to look the way we normally look. And you do tend to feel better. And in the situation in which Look Good, Feel Better is intervening and providing support for women during their treatment. It's a critical point in time because it does create that sense of normalcy.
Other than
normalcy to just go about your life.
Yeah. Other than wanting to help others, why did you choose the Look Good, Feel Better Foundation, or did the Look Good, Feel Better Foundation choose Louanne?
Well, at the time that the program was being developed, I was working for a trade association that's part of the beauty industry that was developing the Look Good, Feel Better concept prior to them starting the foundation. So I watched with great interest as they developed this, because at that moment in time in my own personal life, my grandmother was battling colon cancer. She eventually lost that battle to colon cancer. But I was very interested because I had watched her struggle with some of the same things that the team that was working on developing this concept was addressing. The whole concept of feeling feminine and feeling like yourself and being able to take control of that situation and to be able to put your best face forward. And so when the opportunity arose, I jumped on it and moved over to work in the foundation as actually the first program manager for the organization. And it was a wonderful opportunity for me to give back to something that really did have a very personal meaning for me.
And it just goes to show you, no matter what age, I mean, a grandmother wanting to look, put together.
Yeah, and my grandmother was a perfect example of it. And my grandmother, as I knew my grandmother, she always was put together. Her hair was done. She had beautiful nail polish on, and she looked lovely. She always had a lovely outfit on. She enjoyed that, and it was really hurtful to her, really, to not be able to maintain that in the way that she wanted to. Whenever I would see her, she would always ask me to give her a manicure. And she always wore red nail polish. It was, they were perfectly manicured. So
right.
That was something she always asked of me when she saw me because it was important to her.
Well, next time I'm in Washington, D.C., even though I, thank God, don't have cancer, you can give me a manicure, too.
I'm not really all that good at it, but I did my best.
I'm sure that worked. Louanne Roark is our guest, Executive Director of the Look Good, Feel Better Foundation in Washington, D.C. Do you work with people throughout the country?
Yes, our Look Good, Feel Better program is domestically in the U.S., all across the country, and we're also a global program. So our program exists in 26 countries outside the U.S. So we have a very extensive global network that allows us to extend the support and the care that Look Good, Feel Better established for women in the U.S. to a number of other women as well on a global scale. So in the past 30 years, since our program was initiated, we've now served 2 million women on a global level, 1 million women domestically.
Wow. That is incredible. By the way, before we leave, we want to make sure you give your website out too. And I have a shout out to Deborah Lowe for thanking her for setting this up for you and for me here at Late Night Health. Do you work with other organizations such as the Komen Foundation?
What we do with other organizations is try to ensure that they know about us and if they have an opportunity on their website for resources, that we are included in that way. And we do sometimes come together in collaborative relationships with other external organizations. We recently worked on a new partnership that we formed this year with Walgreens and another cancer organization called the Cancer Support Community, and put together a program that we contributed to extend really our message of support and the kinds of information and education women can receive in their communities. And helping Walgreens to train their beauty consultants. Got you.
And very quickly, actually, they're doing some ads for that right now. I've seen them. They're doing TV ads on that. Louanne, what is the website quickly?
Yes, you can find Look Good, Feel Better information at lookgoodfeelbetter.org. And you can find all of our program information. You can, if you're a patient, you can register for one of our group workshops or one of our live streaming virtual workshops.
Terrific. Listen, we are out of time. We are out of time. I have to go. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We will be back.
The latest from the greatest, the best in new music by classic rockers, with your host, the insane Daryl Wayne.
This is Alice Cooper, and if Daryl Wayne is insane, what does that make me? Criminally insane. Stick around to find out.
Many of the artist interviews for the latest from the greatest have been captured on audio book. There is a Volume 1 and Volume 2. Great information and conversations with people in the industry and people surrounded by the industry, and of course the rock stars themselves.
I'm the Reverend Al Green, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne. And I said Wayne Insane.
You can find it on Amazon or Blackstone Audio. Search for the latest from the greatest from Daryl Wayne, Darrell Wayne.
Hello, this is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're listening to the insane Daryl Wayne, aren't you?
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon 60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon 60 is the premium Carbon 60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon 60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.